heutzutage.
Oh,
Siehst du? Oh mein Gott! What is up, guys? My name is Ray and welcome to another Genshin Impact video. In today's video we want to do the showcase for Keqing, and for that I invited an expert. I invited my boy Benny because he is way more educated about this character than me. I do not own a Keqing. I do know a lot of people, but I think that he is the most educated person about this character because it is his absolute favorite character. Yeah, I will put like timestamps in the description down below, so if you want to only go over the specific parts, artifact builds, team builds, we will go over all of that because this character is so versatile. We want to keep it a little bit shorter, or we want to keep it as short as possible, but the video will be longer because Keqing has a lot to cover in general. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get right into this. So for the showcase, what can you say about her talents and how would you prioritize them?
Regarding the talents, it's important to consider whether you want to go electrical Keqing or physical Keqing. Either way, you want to max her normal attack first, of course, because it's obviously what you use the most.
All right.
It has like just basic scaling, 5-hit combo. And if you want to go for the electrical route, you want to max your ult first. It has pretty decent
multipliers
scaling, of course. And if you want to go for the physical build, you want to max your E first because you want to proc artifact conditions, which we'll discuss later with your E, and therefore it's more important to keep the E's damage up. If you got constellations like C1 gives you AoE electro damage, C2 just increases your energy recharge, C4 also electro-related reactions get increased damage. So if you got constellations on Keqing, electro is way more viable.
Yeah.
But physical Keqing is on C0 is basically superior.
Yeah, okay.
But it depends on your playstyle and what you like the most.
Okay, so we can move on to the weapons. So when it comes to weapons, I would say that there are like 3 categories. So there is like one for free-to-plays or light spenders and the whales. Basically, just what would you say are the 3 best 4-star weapons? So there are players that can buy the battle pass, so they can get the black sword, and people that don't buy the battle pass, what would you recommend them to pick for 4-star weapons?
Again, there's a separation between electro and physical. Yeah. I'll start with physical, and it's very free-to-play friendly, sadly, because artifacts are not. And my weapon of choice would be Rancor. Rancor. I did not level it up because I want to play Electro-qing. Yeah. But it's a fairly decent option because it's got nice high base attack, and of course got physical damage bonus as a substat, and also the passive is quite nice, and you can refine it pretty easy with the boss drops if you're somewhat lucky.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you're somewhat lucky in the gacha, flute is not that bad. It gets outscaled by a lot of other weapons, like, for example, the Blacksword, because of its passive and, of course, the crit rate, which are superior substats, basically, and way more damage. As you can see, it had 510 base attack, which is almost as high as a 5-star.
All right, yeah.
And yeah, but basically you can go whatever you like, as long as it's got like somewhat decent scaling. I can also recommend Festering Desire, just because of the increased skill damage and skill crit rate, if you can't get your artifact through good enough, I guess. But basically for Electro-qing, I would recommend Blacksword, if you can afford the Battle Pass.
Yes.
If you have Lion's Roar, if you do not have Lion's Roar, maybe Festering Desire, even though energy recharge is not that good on her. And if you summoned and got lucky enough to get the Blackcliff sword out of the shop, it's also a decent option. And for physical Keqing, I would go Prototype Ranker because it's actually better scaling than Blacksword if you got it on Refinement 5.
Alright, yeah.
After that, I would go Blacksword again because it's just great sword. And after that, Flute or again Blackcliff if you got it.
Alright, so people sometimes ask me between like, what about Blacksword Refinement 1 versus Prototype Ranker 1? Which would you pick if you want to go for physical Keqing? If they are both Refinement Rank 1? Because not everyone can build a Refinement Rank 5 Prototype Ranker.
That's totally understandable, and I got quite lucky. But I would definitely recommend the Blacksword just because of the crit rate. It's way more comfortable to build Keqing like that.
Yeah.
Also, it got the increased attack rate, which is way more superior to the Prototype Ranker. But Prototype Ranker is your free-to-play option.
Yeah.
If you don't want to spend money at all.
So basically, we could say that like Blacksword is the best 4-star option in general because you can use it like for both builds.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that. So what would you say are the best 5-star options for her?
This weapon, like Primordial Jade Cutter, is insane.
Yeah, that's the new weapon.
New sword. It got just flat attack scaling, got crit rate, which scales to the moon and even above. Has insane base damage.
Yeah.
But Aquila Favonia also is insane. Again, because of the base damage. And the physical damage bonus as a subset is not that great for Electro-qing.
Yeah.
But still, because of it having such a high base attack, it's a great option nonetheless. Yeah, that's basically it. I hope also a Summit Shaper.
Oh, Summit
I forgot
Shaper,
about that one. Is also a great option. Can build that as well. But I would rank probably Jade Cutter, then Aquila Favonius, and then Summit Shaper. But Aquila Favonius, if you want to play physical.
Oh, okay. So Jade Cutter as the second best option for physical?
Yes.
Yeah, alright. Okay, so let's move on to artifact builds. So what would you say are like possible builds that you can go? You already mentioned physical Keqing and Electro-qing, but like what are maybe alternatives if you don't have the best artifact substats?
Yeah, sure. So your priority in artifacts is crit rate first. You want to max it up to as high as you can. I got mine on 78 right now,
87.
Which is 87, true.
Yeah.
Which is quite high, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Because of your passive, which gives you another 15%, you want to aim for the 85%, so you get like 100% if you can, of course.
Yeah.
After that, you want to go for your damage multiplier. So, wait a second. Like your electro damage or your physical damage.
Yes.
I would not recommend attack percent if you want to like swap between your builds.
Yeah.
I would like stay on one of the both. And yeah, after that you want to go crit damage, and after that attack percent if you are lucky enough to roll these artifacts.
So
yeah.
What do you say is the bare minimum on crit rate that you should aim for? Because I think 80% is quite high, and not everyone has a Jade Cutter. So let's say you have like
totally.
Yeah, like only the Prototype Ranker, because that doesn't give you crit rate. How much would you aim for then?
I would aim for the general rule of 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Like start at, if you can, 50 to 100, of course. You do scale with crit damage on Keqing, so it's not that hard to hit the higher crit damage numbers.
Yeah.
So focus on crit rate. If you got the Blacksword, you might easily be able to hit the 60%.
Okay.
But of course, do as good as you can. Not everybody is as lucky as me with artifacts. And yeah, just keep it up and grind it out.
Alright, yeah. So what would you say are like the best combinations? Because I think there are like a lot of combinations that you could consider, like 2-piece Noblesse, 2-piece Thundering Fury, or 4-piece Thundering Soother. So what would you recommend people and why?
I would say it depends on the play style. Yeah. I'm rocking 2-piece Thundering Fury, 2-piece Gladius Finale, because it is the easiest to play, the most flexible in my opinion.
Yeah.
Of course, in my opinion. It gives you deflect bonus damages, and yeah, I played that for Electro-qing. You could also go 4-piece Thunder Soother, but I personally do not like the 2-piece set that much, so I don't use it.
Yeah. But
yeah, so for Electro-qing, I would say go 2-piece Gladiator, 2-piece Thundering Fury. Mm-hmm. You could also go 4-piece Thundering Fury if you go on a team which heavily depends on quick swapping and elemental combos. So if you want to do a lot of overloads and electrocharges and superconducts and whatever, your damage is greatly increased by the 4-piece set. Yeah. But that's simply not my playstyle, but you do what you want. And yeah, for the physical build, you can go in various ways. You can go 4-piece Gladiator if you want to start out. You could go exactly this build just with the physical cup, even though I would not recommend it, because you can go just electrical then. What I would do is go 4-piece Thunder Sewer. I got it prepared on my official. Aim for the Goblet as an off-piece, just with physical damage.
All right.
So you can get the bonus. Basically, what you do is you drop your E, which inflicts Electro on the enemy, and you can also use Fish as I do, and just constantly apply Electro to get the 35% bonus damage.
All right. Yeah.
What you also can do is Gladiator 2-piece and 2-piece Bloodstained, which I am currently farming. So you get the physical bonus damage of Bloodstained, which I got here, 25%, and you also get the Gladiator bonus.
All right, yeah. So people sometimes ask me, like, for what is the strongest set? So what would you say does put out the highest raw damage numbers, where Keqing shines the most?
Mm-hmm. I would say for electrical builds, go 2-piece Gladiator, 2-piece Thundering Fury.
Yeah.
If you want to go for a pure DPS Keqing carry. And if you want to go for the physical build, go for this build with physical cup and get another battery like Fish or Beidou ulti, which can apply constantly Electro on the enemy.
So would you say that both of these builds are like even in damage numbers, or is one build that does more damage than the other build?
On C0, I would say it's actually even. If you get Constellations, electrical might be
better
above.
Oh, yes. All right. Okay, thank you for the artifact. So let's move on with team builds that you would recommend. So what is like your basic understanding when you build a team with Keqing? So for example, for Zhao, he does need a battery. He doesn't need a healer to fix like his issues. And how would you build around Keqing? What does she necessarily need to work in a team?
I think it's pretty easy to build around Keqing. She is actually pretty self-sufficient, and you don't need that much characters to work to the team. So for physical Keqing, I would probably go for the reaction of Electro and Cryo to proc Superconduct. So maybe use Kaya or Yona or Changyang or whoever you have. Just slot them in there.
Yeah.
For example, just KIE, then place your E, your Keqing E, proc Superconduct, and just charge attack spam to win.
So if you,
and after that,
if you would like, if you have the option, which cryo character would you recommend?
I think Kaya is fine because his E is on pretty low cooldown. You could use Yona if you have Sacrificial Bow. That would be a greater choice, but if you don't, just use Kaya. He's fine and underrated, in my opinion.
Yes.
And after that, I would, because that's basically all you need, you can use an NMO character if you got one, like for example, Sucrose, just a group. Or you could also use 2 pyro characters, as I do here, just to amplify your damage, because basically these 2 are all you need. And of course you do need a healer, so maybe go for Bennett, or you could also go Sucrose and Bennett, or instead of Bennett use Barbara or whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Yeah, alright, yeah. So maybe try to build like the team for your desire for Electro and for Physical. Like what are the best options with only 4-star characters?
So I guess Physical, it's fine like that. I guess you can slot in, as I just said, 2 pyro characters just to amplify them, so I would go maybe like that.
Yeah, that's for Physical, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And for Electrical, I personally do like Xingqiu as a 4-star character, because you can super easily proc the reaction.
Electrocharge, yeah.
Electrocharge, yeah. I always forget. And yeah, after that, go for another crowd control, and maybe another battery if you got problems with your energy recharge. So go like that, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
And also you can go, what I forgot to mention, on Physical. Again, if you got problems with keeping your E down on the floor, you can also use another Electro character to keep the Electro element up.
Yeah, so like 2 Electro characters work on both builds.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, yeah. All right.
So I would go maybe like this.
Okay, so before we move into the actual showcase, please show your stats on your Keqing maybe real quick.
Yeah.
So
I got pretty lucky with artifacts, so don't hate on me. Yeah, basically I just wrote for crit rate, crit damage, and as I just said, attack percent if I got it. So I got these artifacts for Electro-qing. They're quite juicy in my opinion. That's the one thing that I might change, but it's on piece, so whatever. And that's the wrong one. That's the right one.
Yeah, okay.
Quite important for Electro-qing is that you put your E down before your ulti, so the cooldown is not that high. I might should have maybe used channeling for that. Oh, never mind, it's fine. So put E down, ult, reactivate your ulti, and then just charge attack spam. So it's like a 7k, so it's now the electrical runs out, and I got like 12k for the E and about 2k for the ultimate.
Okay, so let's move on with Physical Keqing.
Yeah, so on Physical Keqing, as I just said, I use the Thunder Silver set, and I'm gonna start with the flower. I wrote pretty decent again, but I grinded also 4 weeks for it, so it's quite okay, I guess. Yeah, I would change the time piece if I could.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Oh, the time
pretty
piece
good.
Looks pretty juicy. Oh, also the circlet does look really good.
Circlet does look quite good.
Okay.
So I got 2000 attack, which is a bit less than on Electro-qing. Yeah, crit rate. Way more crit damage on it.
Yeah, like how much physical damage do you have and electro damage?
I do have
58.
Yeah. And this is just because of the 2-piece set.
Alright, yeah, okay.
I want not ult, just to not differentiate the numbers. So this, that to superconduct, keep the crit rate up, get the E down, then just charge attack spam.
Oh.
And that's it. So I did not mess up the combo like in the electrical build, but it's quite decent damage.
Oh, okay. So for me,
I did not even use Bennett ulti.
It seemed like this does more damage.
It actually does.
Yeah.
It actually does, but for me it's not that much fun.
Alright, okay.
And also I got, I guess, pretty lucky on the crits.
Okay, yeah.
But it's fine.
So yeah, this was like more the solo potential of Keqing. So now you can like move on and show her in the team that you would use on her.
Sure. So, my final combo is, of course, Bennett Mona, which basically breaks the game. Get the thingy down. Like this and this Keqing ult.
Ooh.
And charge attack spam, so it's pretty decent damage. Again.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Physical
basically
numbers,
it.
they are pretty high. Always like 5,000.
They're pretty high.
6,000.
And also they do hit for multiple hits. So her talent shows that there are actually 2 hits.
Yeah.
So it's more like 12, 13,000 per hit. That's actually insane, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, so I would ask you for me one thing more. Could you change like the weapon to the Blacksword just so people can see like the difference between the 2 weapons?
Yep, I can do that.
Yeah. So you can just do it with the exact same build, exact same team.
I'm gonna do that, but keep in mind that the crit rate is much lower now.
Much lower now, yeah, okay.
But it's whatever.
Yeah, alright.
So the full rotation is Bennett ult, Mona ult, Sucrose E, Ching E, Ching Q, Ching auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. Okay, let's go again. So I'm gonna unleash the full combo again. So pop the shield, Bennett ulti. Come on. So go like this, Mona ulti, Sucrose E, King E, ulti, and perfect spam. And that's it. So as you can see, the damage potential is quite insane, even with Blacksword.
Yeah, even with Blacksword it does seem pretty strong. Alright,
but of course she's a 5-star and a waifu, so that's okay.
Okay, so thank you for being on the channel.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, if you guys liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe would help me out a lot. And I'll see you guys next time.